Alright guys, back into the video. This time you get to see my face because me and my boy here played almost the exact same deck and we got top 32 at Nationals. We both lost unfortunate rounds at the end of the tournament. I ended up having to play him in round 7. I ended up winning that match and then I lost my round 8 and he won his round 8. So he ended up 29th and I got 30th. Alright. So we carried each other, to be honest. Because we both lost round 1, right? To rustiness, and I barely played this deck. I played it one match last time against Amani, which got 4th in Swiss, and he did fantastic. So this deck is really powerful, and we're going to get into the details. We got the Bully Leader, tag, take a life, draw a card, awaken, turn 2, and this is a cool new art. Tag, draw a card, tap anything on your opponent's board, and then a battle card, and then boom, restand something by taking a life. Insane card, first tile, and it's my first time actually playing this deck, or just leader, and it was just super good. I feel like it overperformed. So, first thing I think stable as soon as you start playing this deck is the 4 apes. This card is disgusting. Every time I saw it, or multiples of it, it just was ridiculous. I never really comboed it on my turn after the round 1 because everybody was ready for your turn. So it's better on defense in most cases. If you don't know what it does, if your leader's yellow, you combo 2 costs, comes into play after the combo and rests something on your opponent's board and draws you a card. The card's ridiculous. 20k double strike. So this deck caught a lot of people off guard, and a lot of people did not respect the deck. It doesn't seem as powerful because it's not Old Storm. So once you play this deck, you'll be like, wow, it's super powerful and consistent. Because you got 4 Successor of Hope, which is reinforcing the army for all your guys. Your swap package, your 3 grandpas, you have 4 dependables. Some of these ratios could be changed a little bit because they're not that important after you resolve one of them. So, and you have your 1 Intrepid for the total matchup only. If you feel like they know what your deck does, you go into this, very easily searchable. So because you have technically 5 copies, and then of everything.
It's good against Toa and Red Knight.
Yeah. Because if they know what you're doing, they won't allow you to do what you're doing. So you go into this, and you don't attack with it, and the next turn you swap into your main 3s, which this is your main target. Not a lot of people know this is your main goal, and once they understand that, they try to play around it, and they still don't understand your deck wins, and they still die. And this is the best 8 mirror match deck, so if your opponent's playing blue-yellow or red-yellow, your matchup's almost free going first or second. It is too fast. Because turn 2 Source of Power is literally 5 damage. You get 5 damage in, and they're at 3 life. And if they took a life, they have to struggle to keep the cards in their hand. And they don't, especially if they tap the blue-yellow energy at the start of the game.
Right.
And a lot of times people would see this Path of Greatness, and I would charge it, and they would think we're going height, and they think they're safe until turn 4. They tap out on 3, and they die on 3. Especially if they don't untap energies. Or they lose most of their hand. So that's majority of your yellow cards. This is the MVP, but a lot of times against the other aggro matchups, this becomes a not as relevant card. You have to play a lot different to play tempo-y past turn 2. For your super combo, this one I'm glad I played it. Jamal accidentally made my deck list different than what I originally wanted to play because I didn't respect the fact that the 1-of planet we play to grab this, but almost every time my 1-of planet wanted to grab this or an ape. So I did grab this a lot with the planet. 4 of Viperius. No, there's no rival in this deck, but this is Upstart Goblin. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or a free cycle land in Magic, it is just dumb good. It helps me get super combos, your apes. It helps you thin your deck.
You're basically playing 46 cards.
Even worse because you play Successor of Hope and your leader draws, and it's your deck is consistent. Like my last round was the only time I was inconsistent, and it was the round it mattered. So that's why I didn't make top 16. And I would have probably got 6th in Swiss after I got 5th last year. There's a guy that also got 6th. But so Paragus, mainly for fodder, you just immediately drop it to the drop area, and you get to fill your drop and draw a card. It helps your overrule, and makes Mirror huge. 2-time magic. So this is where our decks become different a little bit between our decks. Our counts of negates are different. He played 2 Nimbus, and I played 2 Coercion. So this is our difference between our decks. We have 3 card difference, and you'll see why in the blue count this matters. I'll keep these over here. But this card was okay for me. I'm not sure how it was for him. It came up like twice, so I didn't
The time magic is necessary. The Nimbus versus Coercion is really on preference, to be honest.
Like, it's just depending on how you play. Because me and Jamal, we don't play the same. Like, it seems weird when you say it until you see both of us play the deck, and you can go 4 different routes on how you want to win the game. And there's also another major change, which we'll get into that in a second. So either one of these is literally how you want to play it. He got 20th, I got 30th. We had the same record. And we played the mirror, and this was relevant for me all day, so I'm not sure how relevant this is for me. I probably would actually bump this card to 3 and try to remove one West Kai. So, got 2 cooler. This card, a lot of people are playing 3, and some people are playing 1. But this card was disgusting every time it resolved. Draws you 2 cards or 1. Free body, free combo power, and mirror kills you. So, a lot of times I would go 8, and on my all 4 energy open with my blue, I go attack. They go topo, I go and game. It's because as soon as that happens, you're free to go into mirror, and you have no fear.
We are starting the all-in brawl at 3 p.m.
One Bloodlust is the best secret rare in the game.
Pretty much.
We always saw it. It's insane, so don't be mad when people draw this card because you draw so many cards in your deck.
Don't be mad when they ban it.
Yeah. One planet, this card was actually relevant. It helped me grab my Switch Power a couple times because it's not searchable by a successor, and that's the main key piece on turn 2. And turn 3, to be honest, you need to see Source if your opponent's not attacking you. And it grabs your apes and resand apes, which is another crazy thing. For Bean, this is Bean God, bro. This is the best card. I just hold all of these, and then I restand in energy and just keep being mean. I play 3, he plays 4. So because he's not playing these, he plays these, and he plays this. And although there's one other main change between his deck and mine, and we'll get to it in a second. So you can either go 4 this and cut the one card that I'm playing that was disgusting for me in certain matchups. But it's 2 Mira. We both play 2 Mira, and I played this over the 4th one of these, and no Nimbus and 2 Coercion. So he didn't play this. He didn't need it. Apparently, but I used it quite a few times, and against Toa, Mirror's not as good because they can just remove the double strike, and they won't go to 1, and they'll just start trying to kill your apes. So this was actually always against the tail matchup. So keep those main changes in your mind when you're building this deck. And your 2 Champas. Russell and Marcus both played this deck, and they're the reason why we played this deck, to be honest, in the tournament. We were both unsure about what version of 8 we wanted to play. I wanted to play Janamba, to be honest, but I was not sure that it would be able to handle it the way I was normally playing it. So I knew that I'm comfortable with a Storm variant of some sort, so I went with that, and this deck overperformed. I lost round 1 to myself, to a Shenron player, because I forgot how force rejection worked. That's my part, and I was rusty. So to my side, we both side 2 of these, and I sided 1 Desperate Masters, and he didn't side it at all.
I actually sided the 1-up height just in case. You never know when it comes up since you play the 2-path in the main board. So
if you do get to this, it's gonna be game, but a lot of people do think you're playing this card.
yeah,
So they try their hardest to like either play around it or do as much as they can before you can do it. So then they die. So as soon as they see me charge height, they charge path, they're like, oh shit, he's gonna height me.
Yeah.
But the path is actually relevant in certain matches where barrier is relevant. So we didn't choose to play it. Everybody's trying to tell us to take it out.
yeah.
And they didn't do as well as we did with the deck because of that, to be honest. The 3 Haruharus, Priest, was perfect.
Perfect number.
Even though I didn't draw it, but one time it was relevant. The one time I forced out a Bloodlust, restood my blue energy with my leader, and then beamed up and killed him. It forced out the Bloodlust, made him tap his energy out. It was disgusting. 2 Black Mastane. I didn't draw it, but it is relevant against Shenron and.
I played 2 pans, and it put in so much work. So.
See, his pan, I didn't even side this card in, because I sided in Desperate Measures. So,
Yeah, I sided in against pan twice, and it put in work both times.
but it can do work against pan. I just was noticing how the guy was playing, and I just allowed him to do what he's doing, and I just survived tempo. But Jamal doesn't play as tempo as I do. You're just trying to kill him.
Pretty much.
I'd like the tempo players out when I feel like they're trying to kill me. that just took out less card advantage. They held the ball less for chance tags in. 3 force ejection this part was actually kind of trash.
Really?
Because the players that the one Shenron player I played against, he knew I sighted it in. No matter what, he's like, everybody sighted it in, so he would have ejectionless kill turn.
This won me a game against Shenron.
So I guess it just depends who you play against, to be honest. Some players are really smart and they play around it and don't allow it to affect them. And in games, and if you're going first, when you do lose, you can't use it. So, and 2 of the spicy Frieza. I wish I played against U6. Turn off Vados and kill them. This is the most aggressive aggro version of Broly. So they're low on life early, and if they tap 3 for Chomp of Vados, their turn 3, you literally play this, play Mirror, and destroy them. So they don't really have a choice to just die. But I'm glad you guys watched the videos, and we're going to have a bunch of videos on the channel soon. And shout out to you guys, the support and everything. And it was a great event. I just wish I made top 30. The top 32 should have been the cut to play out.
Yeah.
Because we have a great matchup against every Broly matchup, and we have a pretty good matchup against Shenron. So if you guys enjoy this kind of deck, try it out. Storm's still fun and not dead somehow. Deuces.